Hi, my friends. I thought I'd pop on and talk to you a little bit about contouring. Very scary word. But we have a bronzer that we can contour slightly with, which is what I've got there on my sides. Or we actually have a sculpting trio, which shows you exactly where you should be putting your little contour bits. And I have one of my favourite products, a luminizer as well, which I did put a tiny bit on. So anyway, let's talk about this first of all. Now, when you're contouring, what you need to think of is what you want to bring forward and what you want to hide. Now, I would like to hide my face. No, seriously, I would like to obviously try and make my face look slimmer. What I don't want to do is to bring my underneath my eyelids forward. What I don't want is a dab on the nose to look like Rudolph. But what I might like is just a tiny little line to make that look cool. I did forget to bring a particular brush that I wanted. Never mind. Let's crack on with what we've got anyway. So I'm going to use. I have got a particular brush for this, and I'm going to first of all use the darkest colour, and I'm going to put it on my cheeks. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to suck in, so that shows you where your cheekbone is, and then you need to be going sort of slightly underneath it. Now this is not very dark, although it is the darkest one, it is not very dark. I need to make sure it's going all the way up there, yeah, and I don't want it to come too far in. Yeah, can you see that? Let's do the same the other side. Now, not everybody needs to contour in the same places. Not everybody needs to contour. If you've got a very small forehead, then you don't need to put any on there, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to hide it. What I will try and do is just put a little bit sort of around here and blend that in. And also the same on the other side. And take that down, okay? Now, if I had my small brush, what I'll try and do this with this brush, just using the sort of little edge on your nose. Now again, if you've got a beautiful nose, then don't contour it. Just leave it as it is. Mine's a bit fat, so I'm going to see if I can make it look slightly narrower, just by coming down the side. You can't see much with this brush. Silly me. I thought I was prepared and I'm not. Ooh. Oopsie. Same on the other side, and maybe not quite as much, hopefully. All right, and then because I'd quite like a slight little button nose, I'm going to do a tiny little line going over there, so it looks like it's very slightly turned up. You see, I should really be doing this with a much smaller brush, as you can see, and that will shape it a little bit nicer as well. Okay, so that's that. Now, what I would love to have is less chins, so I'm going to try and make a little bit of a shadow under there, so it gives the appearance that I've got less chins. That's it. So that's where I'm doing my contouring. Okay, you could also do a tiny bit underneath your bottom lip, which will make your bottom lip look like it's got a shadow underneath it. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wipe some of that off on a tissue, and I'm just going to blend with this brush. Okay, I'm just going to blend it up Make sure I haven't got any harsh lines. So same that side, just sort of blend it all in. Oh, you can see where I've got grey hair there. It's not blending in quite as well as it should do. Let's put it all over the grey. No one will notice. Right, same down the side of the nose. I may have to do a little bit of wiping off there on the other side. I'm going to have a very dark nose otherwise, aren't I? Good job I told you at the beginning that I wasn't a makeup artist, wasn't it? Okay, make sure I take that bit off as well. And blend that. Please give me a slightly narrower looking nose, isn't it? That's much better. Now here, okay, so I can't work miracles. I'll see what I can do. There's Alan talking to the dogs. Certainly helps a little, doesn't it? I think so. Right, let's go with the highlighter now. So we have two here. One is more of a highlighter than the other one. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the cream. Sorry, a little bit of the powder here. And I'm not going to highlight under there because I'm going to show you my gorgeous luminizer in a minute. But I'm going to put a little bit over my eyebrows, which is not showing up at all. I'm going to put a little bit on my chin. Let's just put a tiny bit above there, that's it. You have to be careful you don't get that sort of muddy look with it all. Do you know what I mean? You want everything to look sort of smooth and flawless and flowing into each other without looking muddy. Maybe that's not showing up so much with the makeup that I've got on. Right, now let me show you this because I love it. It's our luminizer. And these come in cream, powder, and also like a stick, a pan stick. Now, ideally you want a beautiful fan brush for these, but I haven't got round to get myself one yet. So I'm just going to use the very tip. I have in fact got some on. And what you want is, you want it so that when you're sitting here like this, that no one sort of goes, oh look at her lovely luminizer. But when I turn, then you can see it. Not, oh look at her grey hair on that side. But oh look at her lovely luminizer. That's the effect you want, okay? You can also put it in the middle here. Again, remember you're bringing forward what you want to bring forward with anything you're lightening up. And I'm going to do a tiny strip down my nose. That's it. So again, you don't want people to think, oh, look, she's got a white stripe down her nose. Or, oh, look, she's got a big blob on her nose. Oh, no, I've got a dirty face. I think that's because I've got some makeup on my hands there from earlier. So, but hopefully, as I turn my head, you can very, very slightly see that. And that's the look that you need to be going for. Not bright white, sort of like caught in headlights look. Anyway, I hope that helps, ladies. Catch up later.